Now we're going to move into our third panel. And we said we'd get to young women empowerment, and this last panel will do just that. So we're going to hear how the national chapters are working on supporting young women in agri-food systems. But with that, I'm going to invite Marlene Bachmeier, World Food Forum. Let's give her a hand as she comes up. World Food Forum Youth Policy Board member for the thematic area on young women's empowerment to moderate this next panel. And we're also going to welcome to the stage the National Youth Chapter representatives from Egypt, Ghana, Italy, and Peru. You can head on up now. Give them a loud round of applause.
More loud.
Amazing. Welcome to the stage. And with that, we'll leave the panel to you.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. It's amazing that you're still here despite the late hour. And I hope you still have some energy left because you're going to hear an amazing panel. And with that, I'm going to introduce to you our speakers for today. First, we have Miriam Abdelhedi from the Egypt National Chapter. Then we have with us Noram Kali from the Italian National Chapter. Isabella Chaquadana from the Peru National Chapter. And Alberta Nana Akyaa Akosa from the Ghana Chapter. And to set the ground for the discussion, I quickly want to introduce to you the Youth Recommendation on Young Women Empowerment, which we established last year together with close engagement with the national chapters, and also I hope with many of you here sitting in the room. And this has been like a real engagement to reflect the realities of young women on the ground. And we worked hand in hand with the national chapters to see like how can actually the policies be implemented on the ground. And that's exactly what's going to be showcased in this panel discussion. So let's dip right into the discussion, and we start with you, Miriam. So can you tell us, how is your team championing young women empowerment, and what are your plans in implementing the recommendations for the next year? And to round up this panel discussion, we want to hear from you, Alberta. Could you share how the Ghana chapter is empowering young women and building partnerships that create real impact across the agri-food systems?
All right, thank you. And thank you for being here at this time. It demonstrates that indeed women are the heartbeats of our agri-food systems, and that if we are given a seat at the table, we can contribute immensely to transforming the agri-food system. And from all the stories that we've heard here, right from Egypt to Italy to Peru, it goes a long way. In Ghana, it's not very different from what has been shared here. But what we have practically been doing and is using the hand-to-hand approach, which is what the theme resonates or reflects with us. Hand-to-hand, all hands on board approach, and connecting the unconnected approach. And it reflects within the projects that we run. First, we have women also within the committees, and then all the projects that we are running, we try to ensure that everyone is on board, and that is why we drive everybody together. We have a number of interventions through masterclass panel discussions where we engage the women. We target more of beginner agribusinesses and startups, bringing them together and ensuring that they have a voice at the table. And by this, we realize that they are further empowered and able to contribute meaningfully. I think we have one of the most impactful sessions in July with one of the universities in Ghana, University of Energy, where the beginner agribusinesses came together, and the result was stronger for our women in agribusiness directorates under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to call for the report to ensure, to see how we can further work with the startups within their communities to scale them up. For partnerships, we do a lot of partnerships. I think the chapter actually kicked off with the partnership approach, and that is how we kicked off. We realized that we needed that to ensure that we are valued and that we have that right visibility and that we are accepted. And that is where we are now. We had partnerships with the media, which gave us the strong visibility that Ghana Chapter has. And then we also partnered with our government to execute and implement some of our projects. One of the key ones we had was the International Youth Day, where our government was fully involved. And then most of the projects that we are having, like the Ghana Poultry Day, the Agri-Students Career Guidance and Mentorship Dialogue, the Farmers Symposium and all that were through partnership. I think one of the key things that we did also this year was the Farmers Forum with Market Women, which we had a strong partnership that brought us some revenue. For the first time, we received a check from one of the key development agents. So a round of applause for the chapter in Ghana. We've received our first check. And then we've also had a very strong relationship and partnership with our country office. It's been amazing. We just had a fisheries and aquaculture event in one of the regions. So it goes a long way to demonstrate that if we are committed to it, and then if we look at the gaps within this sector, and then try to identify what can work, especially for women, and advancing women, empowering them, we will be able to deliver. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alberta. It's really inspiring to hear how you've managed to build like really strong partnerships. I'm sure many of us would like to hear more about it and learn from you to duplicate.
Great, thank
So
you.
looking forward to continue the
Sure, would love to share.
discussion.